Some celebrities eventually rise to the level of superstars and everyone recognizes them for who they are. Others, on the other hand, manage to blend into the background in their personal lives, yet we still appreciate them for their talents, creativity, and remarkable careers. Sandy Duncan, an American actress, is one such instance. And in today's video, we'll discuss what Sandy Duncan has been up to lately. Sandra Kay Sandy Duncan is an actress who has worked in cinema, television, and theatre in the United States. Sandy's career only consisted of a few huge hits. Her acting career began in the 1950s with a role in a local production of The King and I, and she went on to become America's most ardent theatre actress. She was also recognized for her appearances in sitcoms such as The Hogan Family and her own short-lived The Sandy Duncan Show. Now let's take a closer look at Sandy and see what she's up to now. A prolific actress. Duncan's background was both modest and improbable, as she was the daughter of a gas station owner with no relatives in the entertainment industry. Nonetheless, her childhood outings at the Dallas Theatre were sufficient to teach her the ways of the entertainment industry. To pursue a career on the New York City stage, she left Henderson at the age of 19. However, she was well aware that she would be up against tough competition. So, she concentrated all of her efforts and focused on her task. She had an early breakthrough with the character of the boyfriend in a play, which pleased producer Fred Silverman, who offered her opportunities to work in film and television. She continued working in theatre, but she was also well known as a prolific actress. During this period, she featured in the short-lived sitcom Funny Face, which was well received by both viewers and reviewers, but failed to become a major hit. Sandy, on the other hand, became the family on television. She starred in the films Sandy in Disneyland, the Sandy Duncan Special in 1974. The star also became a regular on a number of variety and chat shows, including Hollywood Squares, the $10,000 Pyramid, the Mike Douglas Show, and the Merv Griffin Show. Her popularity grew as a result of these appearances, and audiences warmed up to her upbeat demeanor and diverse abilities. What has happened to Sandy Duncan? Sandy hardly got any relaxation due to her heavy workload, and her films were massive flops even as she continued to work. Nonetheless, her performance was well received, and she continued to work hard. She got sick eventually, and doctors discovered a benign brain tumor in her left eye. So the star had surgery to remove it, but as a result, she lost sight in her left eye in 1972 when she was 26 years old. Does Duncan really have a glass eye? As the star lost her left eyesight at a very young age, there were rumors about the glass eye. But Duncan didn't use a prosthetic to replace her eyes. She maintained them as they were. Sandy may have been spooked by the incident, even though she was determined to take her health seriously and had no notion of slowing down. Funny Face was revived for a short time before being renamed The Sandy Duncan Show. Lifetime role. Despite the fact that her followers were pleased to see her return to the show, it failed to become a great hit. Then, in 1979, she landed the part of a lifetime in a Broadway musical version of J.M. Barrie's famous play, Peter Pan. This was one of her most memorable performances, and her fans will never forget it. She never skipped a performance during Peter Pan's run and was nominated for a Tony Award for her performance. Sandy Duncan was back in business, and she wasn't going anywhere with this performance. Sandy Hogan. Sandy's career continued to flourish in the 1980s. Valerie, a popular NBC sitcom starring Valerie Harper, was on the air at the time, and while the show was a hit, the producer was feuding with the lead actress. Because the show needed a makeover, the producers renamed it Hogan Family, and Sandy took on the role of Sandy Hogan. The Hogan Family was still a hit, and the crowd applauded Sandy for filling in admirably for Valerie Harper. The show ran until 1991. Duncan had a winning streak in the late 80s and 90s, and she also showed her talents in animated films. What is she doing now? Her theatre career continued to be quite successful. She also appeared in a production of The King and I in 2004, the same play with which she began her career. One of her most notable roles was as herself on Scooby-Doo, as a younger actress in the episode dreaded remake Jekyll and Hyde. She now appears to have supplanted the slow-paced lifestyle. The actress spends the majority of her time with her husband in New York. If the initiatives interest her, she will continue to accept them. Duncan is truly an inspirational woman. So, that's a wrap for the video. Do you know more facts about Sandy Duncan? Let us know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates on your favorite reality stars.